Hello, my name is Corey L. Hyman, and this is the oral presentation of my research paper for English 114 entitled Teacher and Student Relationships and the Media Perpetuation. I originally selected this topic as I felt that it was pertinent to the field of study I was going to be entering after graduation, which is human services. In human services, there's something called transference and countertransference, which is the back and forth between the client and the instructor or counselor, if you will. You develop a rapport with your client as a counselor, but there's a very thick line where you can't cross, as you'll be in direct violation of moral code because you'll be getting emotionally involved, which is something you absolutely have to avoid in your profession. Which apparently was not avoided by these teachers who engaged in sexual activity with students, which is the why that happened is something I'm looking to tackle. I looked to tackle in my original paper. What is it about the taboo of students and teachers that it's been made into music videos and it's still permeating our media headlines and news waves? Uh, more directly, female instructors and younger male students who are engaging in the sexual activity outside of the schoolyard. Um, Again, I'm wondering the why. I'm wondering if it's the taboo behind it, if it's for ratings or what. My second point was, what if the tables were turned and it was a male instructor who was engaging a female student? They're instantly vilified as males. Another point is, what exactly have we done to help these people after their stories have been outed and put in the media? It almost seems like that their follow-up is, you know, it's worthless to media because it's not what gains the ratings. They want to know about the sultry, the every juicy morsel, every detail. And lastly, what have we learned from all these teachers and students who are engaging in sex relations? If we keep satiating this appetite that media has created for it, but there's no follow up, there's no rehabilitation, and why have we not put any more stress on that? So without further ado, just a few talking points. I'd like to start off with a fact. An AP poll conducted in 2001 to 2005 mentioned there was 500 reported incidents of sexual indecencies or liberties taken with students and teachers, in which case, of those 500, only 10% were females. But for whatever reason, it's all we see in the media is the females engaging the males. We don't know if it's because it's 15 minutes of fame, if it's that we want to see attractive females and younger students, or is it that we don't want to see the males because males are usually instantly vilified in situations such as this. So about the men, as the old adage goes, sex sells. Old men really don't. They're abhorred. They're instantly made into monsters. Monsters don't garner ratings. What they have in common is their background is missing. We don't really know what it is that drove them to these salacious behaviors or what happened afterwards. And why not? Is it not just as important? Because these people are perpetrators. They're criminals in most cases. There's no rehabilitation, no follow-up. We don't know what happened to these people afterwards. Unless, the case of Mary Kay Letourneau, who actually fathered, or the male student that she was with became a father to her children. I believe it's at 4 now. Again, why hasn't there been a follow-up? Is it not important in the media? I mean, it's usually these people get their, they put the quote-unquote hot teacher on, and they'll exploit it, and people all over social media and television like, well, where was that teacher when I was younger? And that's good enough for them. The finding out these people have an illness or a condition is just not important because apparently nobody cares. And again, it doesn't garner the ratings. Lastly, how do we help these people? I think that to begin helping these people, we stop feeding into what media is perpetuating. Turn off the television. There's copycat acts. Why do we even broadcast this to begin with? Why do we broadcast the salacious, sexual deviancy of teachers corrupting our youth? At what point do we need to be reminded that these are still kids? And, can we not sacrifice? We're sacrificing morals for ratings. It's just something to think about. And that's my oral presentation for English 114, paper titled Teacher and Student Relationships in Media Perpetuation.